Hi, it's Big V, and yep, that's right, we're talking teams. You know, I'm so excited about the topic of today's video because it's one of my favorite themes, predictable greatness. How do you build a successful real estate business? And how do you make it so it's predictable? A lot of agents struggle from what we call peaks and valleys. They go through highs, they go through lows, and when they look back at their career, the biggest challenge they'll say is having consistency. When you talk to agents that have been around for 10 or 15 years and the new agent says, hey, how do I become successful? They struggle giving them a formula to success. They just say, I get up every day and I work hard and I do my best. Well, that's not duplicatable. I think hard work and doing your best are key components to a successful agent, but if you really truly want to be successful, let's follow a formula. The formula called predictable greatness. Did you know that if we look at the activities that you focus on every single day, and we actually track what you do in 30-minute increments, we can tell whether or not you're destined for greatness. We can also tell that you have predictable average. So if you're doing activities that'll give you an average result, guess what? That's what you're going to get. The difference between average and exceptional has less to do with the quality of the individual and more to do with the activities they focus on. Now, how's that for a crazy concept? I have a bunch of amazing people with higher level degrees that are highly ethical, that do the right thing, that don't make any money. And then I have some pretty average people out there that are, they do the best that they can, and they don't have a lot of education. They just put their nose to the grindstone and they follow a recipe and they follow a formula and they get an exceptional result. The difference is more about the activities than they focus on. There's some key components that I believe are essential in every successful business. Honesty and integrity, becoming a true expert in your field, knowing the market, knowing the business are just givens. On top of that, what we focus on is what determines our predictable greatness. Are you ready for greatness? I think oftentimes we work inside the barriers or the beliefs that we've had that have been created because of our life experiences up till today. We may have been in a situation, in a family, or an environment where someone has told us that we don't have value or that we're not worthy or that we're not capable of doing great things. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are, and that if you'll follow the right activities, you can have an amazing business and an amazing life. I think of our good friend, real estate coach and client, Brooke Sines. Brooke Sines in Michigan came to a seminar like many of you that have seen me in the past, and she sat in the class, and after the class she said, oh my gosh, I love what you're talking about, I want to be part of it. And I sat with Brooke and I asked Brooke, what's important to you? And she says, there's nothing more important to me than my family. I used to book motivational speakers for a living, and I love that about her. And then I thought, wow, you got into real estate because you wanted more time to spend with your kids. She says, I wanted to be focused on my family. I didn't want to be a slave to the job. So I got my real estate license. Boy, little did she know. Well, here's what happened to Brooke, just like what happens to so many others. When you're really good at the business, it attracts more opportunities. And when those more opportunities come your way, you start walking this fine line of saying no to the opportunities or no to your family members. And in Brooke's case, it was her son and her daughter. It was fun to see Brooke as she came into coaching and we started working with her on building a team. The first thing we did was he said, you've got to get an administrative assistant, and we have to outsource the things that you shouldn't be doing so that you can focus your time away from family on real productive activities. It was fun to watch Brooke go from Rookie of the Year to what they call in the RE/MAX organization, a platinum, and then eventually hit diamond. Well, it was great. Diamond means you make $1 million and you build a successful team. What was cool to watch Brooke is when Brooke built her core values for her business, she also built a set of core values for her family. And she was unwilling to compromise the family's values for the business values, and they had to be in alignment. Having success and predictable greatness means that you have alignment between what you want in your personal life and what you want in your business life. A few years later, as Brooke then became a Workman success coach and she's focused on helping other people be successful, I watched as her kids are growing and they're loving that their mom's in real estate. One of my favorite things was seeing her daughter tell me that she wanted to be a real estate agent just like her mom. Well, that young girl, that little sweetheart, I wanted to put my arms around her because I've met so many kids that say, I would never want to do what my parents do. I would never want to be a realtor because I never see them and they're never present and they're always on their phones. So when this little angel angel said, I want to be a real estate agent like my mom, that means she's doing something right. That means she's able to have a great life and spend time with her family and not have them feel like they're an afterthought. Well, Brooke one day decided she wanted to move back to North Carolina. She wanted to go back to a place she hadn't been for years. She wanted to get out of the cold winters of Michigan and get into the warm winters in North Carolina. Well, guess what? Taking the tools and the systems and the processes that she learned as a Workman Success client and a Workman Success coach, she followed the success matrix step by step by step. She was able to take what she learned in Michigan, go to an area where she didn't have any friends or relationships, focus on building a team, and have another 7-figure business. What I learned is that greatness really is predictable if you follow the right activities. You do the right things. It's fun to watch Brooke as she's now opening up a new team in Florida. So she has the ability to live where she wants, keep the team she has in Michigan, keep the team she has in North Carolina, and focus in a new area. Greatness is predictable if you have the right tools, the right training, and the right trade secrets. Brooke follows a couple of key systems. Number one, she hires to a system. If people don't fit her culture and they won't sign on to the core values, they can't be part of the team. Number two is she does a daily huddle. And oftentimes she'll huddle with all of her teams together because she wants to create synergy between the teams. She's combined the resources of the different offices in an administrative perspective, so she has transaction coordination that happens out of a central office. She's learned that the activities you do to process transactions, whether you're in Michigan, Florida, or North Carolina, are very similar. And if you systematize the process, you can have fewer people getting more done because they are specialists in the process. The next thing she's learned is she's learned that it's not about her. It's all about the team. When you listen to Brooke talk about her team, she lights up and glows as if she's talking about her family because she knows that by helping them become successful, she becomes more successful. And it's been a beautiful thing to watch. And the last thing is that she's learned to hold daily huddles, to role play scripts and dialogues, to follow the formula. I love when she starts talking about her top 50 and grading a top 50 in Michigan, in North Carolina, and then again in Florida, and teaching her agents to do the same things. If you pay attention to this video series, look for the video on the top 50 where we teach you how to close 86 deals a year working with 50 people just 1 hour a day. It's a system, and systems work. So whether you want to build a small team, whether you just want a little bit of leverage to get your life back, or whether you want to build a high 7-figure producing team that you can duplicate in other markets, there is a recipe, there is a formula, and there is a system. All you have to do is plug in. Hey, you want a copy of the top 50? Go ahead and download it. I'm going to give it to you right here in the description of this video. You can click on the link, and you can also click on the link that will refer you to the other video where we've talked about it. If you'd like to see Brooke live and you'd like to see her talking about her business and how she's grown and what she did to go from point A to point B, I'm going to include a link to one of the videos where she shared with us on video on Zoom her success story. Greatness is predictable. What's your next level?